Hey guys, Massive Damage, the Tattooed Terminator here, and we got another one from the vault. So this one is from around 2006 on our TV show Madness, and it was Nite versus Heavy Metal for our Junior Heavyweight Championship. Enjoy.
The following program contains scenes with extreme violence, some coarse language, and material that is intended for an adult audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
For some, it's about honor. For others, glory. Others covet it for power or for their own twisted reasons. Whatever their motivations, the Junior Heavyweight Championship has rapidly become one of the top prizes in Canadian independent wrestling today. The champion, Nite, who will do anything to keep the title in his own twisted grasp, including retaining the services of this man, the Sicilian Assassin. The challenger, Heavy Metal, whose greatest hits include victories over the entire Junior Heavyweight division. It's a long way to the top if you want to be the champ, but Heavy Metal is just one step away. Don't go anywhere. It's Heavy Metal. It's Nite. It's for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, and it's happening right now on Madness.
Pardon me, Heavy Metal's been the #1 contender since April, and Nite has been the champion since April.
Well, let's see if he can get it done tonight.
Collision course.
Unlike you, I don't think you've ever got anything done in a night.
No, it takes me a long, long time to get stuff done. 3 days. Somebody help me out here. I'm going blank.
The referee holding up that strap, showing the MPW fans what this is all about.
Good cover, Yukon. I don't think anyone noticed.
That's what we call a save.
Great save by a true professional. You should take some notes while you're here, martial art. At least I got your name right for once.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you, Ripper.
How many months did that take?
I don't know, Ripper.
Remember the first couple shows, I didn't even know who you were.
I didn't know who you were either, Ripper.
I don't think anybody knows who either of you are.
Everybody knows who I am.
Well, everybody certainly knows who Yukon Jack is. He's our new commissioner. And also on the radio now and then.
Is that... Are we gonna does that constitute a handshake? Was that a little half-assed, if I gotta say so myself?
Serious sign of disrespect.
No code of honor being followed here.
Heavy Metal definitely has this capacity crowd of 500 in his corner.
I think so. They're definitely chanting for him.
A proverbial 500-man foreign object in the tights of Heavy Metal.
Ooh, that was a good one. I'm writing that down.
I wonder if Heavy Metal's going to get up there and jam with this.
And just when you think this goes, nice amateur takedown, and Nite going straight to a submission hold. And Heavy Metal had to go to the ropes. Nite, I think, caught Heavy Metal off guard there, as he often does.
Heel hook quick.
Nite is so quick, so explosive. And the thing is, people look at him and they think he's slender.
Oh, he likes
but he's deceptively explosive.
He works hard to stay light. He's dangerous.
He's just like a snake in there.
He knows it.
And you can't really get him in holds. He has ways of, he just slithers out of there and then hits you with those kicks.
Slick, if I could describe him in one word.
Like a python.
He's got a whole list of submission moves that he could employ at any second. He's got 100 ways to end a match.
Both men taking it to the mat. Heavy Metal currently on top with the hammerlock. Nite rolling out of it and going back to the leg and then over with a headlock of his own.
Normally when you see these junior heavyweights, it's a lot of high flying, a lot of fast-paced action up in the air. These two taking it to the mat in the early going.
Absolutely. And that's the trick. All these people have trained with Monster Pro Wrestling and all of them extremely fundamentally sound. That's something that really gets emphasized.
You want to put him on the mat, then go to the top.
Fireman's takeover by Nite.
And he's letting Heavy Metal think about it. He out-wrestled him. Now he wants to let him think about it, get in his kitchen.
That's right, and Nite, a master of mind games. And I have to take a time out here to talk about this crowd. Every time you think they can't get any louder, they bring it up another notch. Folks, these are the kind of fans you'll find at Monster Pro Wrestling live events. Make sure you check out our website, www.monsterprowrestling.com, for locations and times of future shows, as well as DVDs, other merchandise, and how you can be a part of the action at the Monster Pro Wrestling Training Facility.
You know, if I might say so, these are the kind of fans that you'll find at Two Guys with Pipes in West Edmonton Mall.
Much like this, just a little bit more laid back.
I don't know what your guys' obsession is with plumbing. My dad's in the union.
There's no pyro there, but there's definitely a lot of smoke.
They did provide us with our smoke machine, I might add.
Is it like your cigarettes? Because they smell funny and make me giggle.
They do. They sure do.
Heavy Metal working the side headlock. Nite levering him off the ropes. And a drop toe hold.
Nite taking it back to the mat.
Oh! And Heavy Metal counters.
And a nip up by Heavy Metal into a deep arm drag takedown back to the mat.
And now it's Nite's turn to be looking on as Heavy Metal shows off a little.
The fans here love it. Especially the boys from Face First, one of Edmonton's finest independent bands, going to be performing here later tonight. Really into Heavy Metal and his character.
That's right. And both men so far going back and forth match. The only difference if you're scoring it on points is Heavy Metal in the head for that air guitar. Oops, knuckle lock broken up by Nite, and he turns it into a wrist lock. Now turning it into a key lock. Nite showing all the various flavors of ways to tear your arm apart. Now backing him into the corner, referee trying to make a clean break. And Nite surprisingly does so. Oops, spoke too soon, but Heavy Metal saw that one coming. And there, clothesline right off the second turnbuckle. Quick cover and we could have a new champion. No. I guess you're not going to put away Nite that easily. And folks, we got to talk about these two finishing moves. Heavy Metal, the master of something called the Metal Meltdown. Nite has that double arm DDT, originally developed by Kenta Kobashi in Japan, that he calls the Nightmare. And that's one nightmare. Oh, man. I'll get back to that, but for now, watch the count. Nite's slithering out of that one.
Metal Meltdown.
It's a nice little move.
Nite in a bread basket.
Nite off the ropes. Heavy Metal saw him coming. Hurricane Runner. Oh, Black Diamond. And there's that face buster. That one's over. No.
Hooks the leg, but not enough.
As we look at the replay.
Vintage Heavy Metal. Classic Heavy Metal, the Black Diamond facebuster, and there you see the setup, the Metal Meltdown, coming right at you in 3D. No! Nite levers out of it, and out!
Another one for the replay.
Heavy Metal dropping him on the vertebrae. Nite thought he had it countered. Heavy Metal said, oh yeah, check this out.
That's the C7 and C6 that will need adjusted after that maneuver, I believe.
Well, I'm glad someone was paying attention in anatomy class.
Lucky we have a chiropractor in attendance here. He comes to all our shows.
Heavy Metal, I think, might have pulled his hamstring, hitting the ropes there. And this could be it. Nite with the spinning back elbow.
Do we get a replay on that?
Would you stop calling for replays for every Oh, sure. How come Ripper always gets his way?
I love the replays.
That's because you're not watching the first time. All of a sudden, things have turned around. Nite all over Heavy Metal, but not in a disgusting way, in a torturing way.
You are right, though. Lucky I got those replays. I wouldn't really know what happened there. It happened so fast with these guys. You blink an eye, you bat an eyelash, and you miss it.
And I don't like this out of Nite, reminding everyone that the concession stand is opening with his hot dogging.
Nite setting him up. Oh!
These guys got to have their own highlight reel.
And Nite again working the neck of Heavy Metal again, setting him up.
And as we look at the replay on that.
Would you stop? No, not this time, okay? 1, 2.
I think if the Ripper had it his way, this entire match would be in slow motion and then a replay.
Well, you gave me an idea earlier. Maybe that'll be
That's how he watches these things.
The replay.
Too much, but two guys with pipes, I think. And Heavy Metal does not want to ride the Nightmare at the hands of Nite. Oh, boot to the face.
I love it.
And Nite gets so much sting on those kicks. Like that one. And Heavy Metal in some real trouble here.
Occupying the low rentals in the turnbuckle area.
And Nite may not be the heaviest person in the junior heavyweight division, but he knows how to use the weight he does have. He uses sheer velocity.
And when you're draped across that lower turnbuckle, it just amplifies everything that comes down on top of you.
Absolutely, wrestling physics from Yukon Jack. And there is no way to go when you're cornered in that turnbuckle.
We've got to take a break, folks. We'll be right back with more Monster Pro Wrestling.
Nite with Heavy Metal in the corner. Heavy Metal turning it around. Heavy Metal running on adrenaline. Nite saying, come on, bring it on. Nite might want to change his mind on that one.
That's gotta sting.
Nite shedding his skin like a proverbial python.
Exactly. Oh! Nite with a chop of his own. Heavy Metal say, try again. And this has turned into a test of machismo. I think what you want to be doing here is trying to win the match, not engaging in a peeing contest. But those chops will take their toll after a while.
Both of these guys are going to feel this tomorrow.
This has sure been the night of chops.
And Heavy Metal setting him up. And Nite with the kick. Nite with another kick. And a third. And Nite decided he's had enough of this game. Spinning kick to the jaw.
And he blocked all those kicks with his face.
Heavy Metal goes down. And I thought that was nearly it for the challenger.
These guys got a vendetta. They got a hate going on for each other.
Well, Nite and Heavy Metal haven't really clashed a lot in Monster Pro Wrestling, at least not in recent history.
Listen, you can't
But it
throw
looks like
15 chops across a guy's chest and feel good about it. If there wasn't bad blood before, there is after this match.
Well, they've certainly gotten to know each other a bit better over the course of this one. And what's Nite doing?
And Heavy Metal banging his head like an 80s rocker.
It's mental health that'll drive you mad.
Stay quiet.
And Nite pulls the hair. Nite not going to take it anymore. And Heavy Metal face first in the turnbuckle. And Nite foot first into Heavy Metal.
What's he doing? Reaching into his jacket?
If I was the referee, that might make me curious.
Referee's John at Heavy Metal. Meanwhile, Nite's digging into his pockets.
I love it.
You would.
Oh, no. Looks like he had a few extra chops in his pockets.
Nice. Look at how purple his chest is now.
Well, if he pulls out anything but his middle finger, I'll be quite disappointed. Hey!
He's got him tied to that bottom rope.
Come on, referee!
Awesome.
The ball and chain, just like you're married to, Art.
Oh no! Using the referee! Disqualification! That's a disqualification!
On that.
Me too! I want to see a disqualification on that! That's ludicrous! That's ridiculous!
That's brilliant. That's
intolerable!
And Heavy Metal's still tied up in those ropes. Is he going
here it goes again!
Oh no!
Oh!
Nite out over the top rope.
Like a bag of antlers!
Do we get a replay?
That I agree with you on. I want to see that again.
Actually, I'd like to see that one also.
I've got to see that again.
Nite hit hard and poetic
There is
justice.
no give in that cement here at the Hangers at Kingsway.
Turning point of the match. This might not be the end of Nite's championship. It might be the end of his career. And Heavy Metal has decided to try a little death from above.
Oh, he got caught.
Right into the unsafety rails, I think.
And he's
This
down.
one
He's
spilled to
hurt.
the outside.
Heavy Metal's air guitar all of a sudden is looking a little more acoustic than amplified.
What's going to happen here? It never looks good when these guys go to the outside, especially Nite. He's got 1,000 ways.
Nite springboard and using the leg
Springboard over the top, a slingshot.
into the guillotine leg drop.
How many replays are these guys going to give us?
I think you've used your quota, but that one's definitely worth seeing again. Fans are on their feet. I can't even see the action from here. 500 strong crowding us.
I'd have to say Nite is very
Standing
powerful
room only.
right now.
And like them or not, these MPW fans showing their respect for Nite.
Well,
you can't put your body on the line like that and not earn the respect of these 500 plus.
You can't help but cheer for the guy. You really can't.
well, I don't think I really have to cheer for him, and I don't think I will.
Well, now you know why I respect the kid so much. He's doing
Heavy Metal back in the ring. And remember, Heavy Metal has to pin Nite. Nite
This has
doesn't have
gotta
to
be
beat. Cover by Nite.
Now, why at this stage of the game would you not hook a leg? You've hit him with a high impact move. He's blown out. He's tired. Hook that leg, and that's a 3 count.
And I think Heavy Metal just wants to get this one over with. I think thought he had that match won.
Nite slowing him down. He's got
Trying to
that.
put him to sleep. Nite also trying to get some breather for himself. And this is part of that strategy we talked about, Yukon Jack. You apply the hold. You apply a hold that takes a lot of energy for your opponent to fight out of, but takes almost no energy for you to maintain. But Heavy Metal is fighting out of it.
I think Heavy Metal is starting to feel like one of the victims in the Bears' toughest contest.
I think Heavy Metal just got his back broken in twain.
He's going to know the meaning of pain by the end of tonight.
And at what point, Ripper, at what point, Yukon Jack, do you have to think of just staying down and living to fight for another day?
Well,
especially when you've got your whole career ahead of you.
But you've got that strap on the line. The belt is on the line, and both of these young men focused on that. That's the prize. That's what they're concerned about. They're not worried about tomorrow. They're worried about this match and that belt.
Well, you're not going to get no good matches tomorrow. You tap out today. We're not going to watch you at Monster Pro. We don't have one quitter here, except for you.
You've got a point there.
No, Ripper. There's a difference between a quitter and a loser.
Yeah, well, he wears a shirt that says...
Hey, springboard! Oh, and Heavy Metal, I think, caught him coming in.
Oh, did we get a replay
Both
on
men
that?
got clipped.
I really did miss
You
that
weren't
one.
watching. Boy, you missed a view.
And these fans
And now you
solidly
made me miss
behind
the
Heavy
replay.
Metal.
And they sure are. And you talked about a junior heavyweight championship on the line. Bobby Sharp elevated that title to mean so much. It means so much for Heavy Metal to hold it. Nite trying to drag it through the slime. But Heavy Metal about to take it back. And he may just take it back tonight. Come on, Heavy Metal. Objectively speaking, that was a heck of a kick to the head, and this one's it. New champion!
It's 3! Oh. No, it's not.
2 and a miss.
Heavy Metal's got a finishing up. I might start looking for the meltdown here. Heavy Metal picking up. I think that's what he's going to do. Oh!
Tilt-a-whirl into the Huseman driver.
I don't even got to say it. Cameraman's going for a replay on his own.
That's right. Tilt-a-whirl into the Chinese driver by Heavy Metal. And Nite goes to the eyes. And both men are out on their feet here. Oh, wait a minute, Heavy Metal's got him caught! Oh!
Slam over the top rope. And Heavy Metal.
And listen to this crowd! Listen to this ovation for Heavy Metal! What a match this has been!
Heavy
And
Metal.
Ripper, I will say it for you. Let's see that one again.
About time you got with the program around here.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Heavy Metal. And Heavy Metal's going up again.
He can't get it.
Fans on their feet, down.
High cross body. He caught him with all of that, but both men are down and hurt.
Referee giving a lot of leeway here.
This is the kind of action that we give you at Monster Pro Wrestling.
What a match, what a show. Thank you for joining us here
On Monster Pro Wrestling Madness.
Heavy Metal enough to get him back into the ring. Nite.
Well, he has to. Heavy Metal has to pin Nite. Nite doesn't have to pin Heavy Metal. Championship on the line, and I think we've got a new one.
No, not enough. What is it going to take to keep this young man's shoulders on the mat for 3 seconds?
And I hate to say it, but you have to give credit to both men. Nite as well. Heavy Metal as well. We haven't seen the Heat Seekers interfere, and Nite is showing he can just do quite well on his own. But the end might be near as Heavy Metal scales the heights.
But he's taking his time. He's taking his time getting up there. He doesn't have much gas left in the tank.
I don't think he has much choice. He can barely get up there.
The human body can only go through so much. Then you're going to
cutting him off.
Then you could pin him.
This is dangerous territory for Heavy. Uh-oh.
What's happening here?
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to look.
Oh! Going for the Hurricanrana, but he's dropped on the top rope. Right across the throat of Nite. And Heavy Metal.
Slippery, that top rope, and Nite hit the rope.
And I don't even know if he did that on purpose or what. Heavy Metal.
Look at the
dropped
smile on
the rope.
Knight's face. He knew exactly what he was doing. And again, that's instinct. That's fumes. That's just hours and hours in the ring telling you to do that.
The mark of a champion.
Well, we'll see.
Look at this. These guys
Like
want to
something's
highlight
up.
it.
No!
Oh no! I gotta call a replay. I'm sorry.
Let's just watch the whole damn match again, because seriously, this is amazing, folks.
A top rope hip toss from Heavy Metal. And is that going to be enough? Metal trying to rally behind these metalheads in the audience.
Metal on his face. Here we go. Metal meltdown. Spinning him around. He's got it. He's got it.
We've got a new champion. All he's got to do is cover him.
The cover is academic, folks. All Heavy Metal has to do is pin him.
He's got his
Wait a
foot.
minute.
Yeah!
And how does that happen?
That's instinct.
And Heavy Metal can't believe what happens. He thought it was over. I thought it was over. And Heavy Metal saying, how about one more?
We've seen this going to the well one too many times, just like
Well, I don't
Baby
think
Jessica
Knight's got to
back
be
in
out on his feet.
1982.
You can't. I mean, there's no way Nite can, after hitting the Metal Meltdown once, he's not going to. Wait a minute, he did! No! Nightmare!
That's it,
And he
center of
turns
the
him
ring.
over. And that'll
It's
do
all
it!
over. And Nite.
Knight's still the champion, and I'm trying to think of something bad to say about him, but honestly, this was a phenomenal match. You wanted to see a replay, Ripper?
Why don't
What
we
the
let
heck?
the replays do the talking for this match? What can we say, fans?
Why
Check
don't we-
out this action.
don't we
This is
just-
unreal.
Why don't we just start the whole thing over? Knight's still the junior heavyweight champion, but what a match from both men. This is definitely going on my best of compilation.
That's one you're going to wish that you had your VCR rolling for, your TiVo rolling for, your Beta rolling for, because you can watch that top to bottom again and again and again. That's just intense, high-paced action from these two young men in the ring in Monster Pro Wrestling.
You know what? It's lucky Yukon's here. I'm going to let him carry the microphone. I got to go take care of some business. I'll be right back. Lucky there's a professional here.
Hey. Time to pay the bills. We'll return to action in just a few moments on Monster Pro Wrestling Madness.